What's up, YouTube? So, it's been announced, the PlayStation 4, it's coming this holiday season. No exact date yet, but we know it's coming. They had the conference last night, Sony in New York City, and boy did they have, they had a lot to say. The conference was about 2 hours long, and they showed a lot of games, which was surprising. Announced some completely new games, and the big reveal, which was the PlayStation 4. They showed the controller, but not the console yet, which I expected. At the end of the conference, some one last thing, then the console would rise up from the stage or something, but obviously didn't happen. So E3 is probably going to be, the place for the big reveal, what the console's going to look like. But overall, I was expecting a short conference, probably between 30 minutes to an hour. And, the first 30 minutes alone, they were just like, yo, this is the, the future of PlayStation. They showed Gaikai, the company that they bought last year, and how they plan to bring streaming to the PlayStation 4. But they said at some point, probably not going to be available during launch, they want to get PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 titles to be able to be streamed directly to the PlayStation 4, which is freaking insane. That's pretty big news. And then they said, compatibility with the Vita. At some point, they didn't say at launch, at some point, so somewhere down the line, you'll be able to play all your PlayStation 4 titles on the Vita, which once again, I don't have the Vita, my cousin does, but now I want to get the Vita, so maybe, who knows, maybe they might announce a bundle, but then again, that's just, already, I can say, they didn't release a price, but it's going to be pretty expensive, hopefully not as, expensive as the PS3 was during launch, $600, but we'll have to wait till E3. But in terms of what they did do, new Killzone, I was expecting Killzone 4, but Killzone subtitle, Shadowfall, I believe it's called. The game looks freaking amazing. I was watching the conference with my cousin last night, and I was just like, this does not look like Killzone. The first couple minutes of you're walking and stuff, and then the Hellgas went, make their big reveal, and I was just shocked. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Definitely hope it's a launch title. So it just looks amazing. The graphics. And I was talking to my cousin. I was like, the change from PS1 to PS2, the graphics were so amazing. And then the jump from PS2 to PS3, what's next? From PS3 to PS4, how much better can the graphics get? And then, you forget that, the PC, if you've ever played video games on the PC, those, that's as good as it gets, depending on the graphics card. And, I'm no computer wizard, but, I read some of the specs, they said, they told everyone what was in it and stuff. After I did some research, I was like, that's a freaking, the PS4 is a beast. It's gonna, it packs a punch. Everyone was saying, the Wii U, is more powerful. After last night, I was like, what is the Wii U? That's, you guys may call me a fanboy. I've had PlayStation since I was a little kid, so therefore I stick with Sony. I've had, I don't like Xbox. I've owned an Xbox 360, and I honestly, I just didn't play. I barely played. I had it for about a year and a half. I played live. I was like, why pay for this service when I can get it for free on on the PlayStation? Speaking of Microsoft, everyone's waiting for their announcement of their new console. They did release a statement last night. I'll put the link in the description below, but they were like, what's a console reveal without actually showing the console? And yeah, they do have a point, but at the same time, Sony came out first. They're like, this is what we're gonna do. PlayStation 4. Here are some games for it. They showed you the controller, which people can't complain. They did show you something. But they're honestly, they came out first. Now they're waiting for Microsoft, and then once E3 comes, they're gonna show all these games which all the developers are working on, and then the console. So everyone's gonna be like, oh, once Microsoft shows their thing, yeah. Oh wait, don't forget Sony. Here's the console. It's honestly a brilliant move in my my opinion, perspective. Already yesterday I was on Facebook. All these Xbox haters talking shit about the PlayStation. So obviously with consoles you're always gonna have your fanboys. And I'm not hating on Xbox. It's a good console. It has its games, but honestly I prefer the PlayStation. And once when it comes out, I will be getting one. Stick with my preferred console, but I was thoroughly impressed by what they had to show last night. Also, the new Infamous game caught me by surprise, because I was expecting Infamous 3, and then like Killzone, Infamous subtitle. I think it's called Shadow Sun. I think. Oh, Shadow Sun. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but that freaking looks great. Although Cole is not is not shown in the trailer. I hope he makes an appearance. You're playing as a new superhero. He has like kind of like if you played Infamous 2, his evil powers were like all the fire and stuff. Very similar to that. He has like a chain on his arms. It was freaking awesome. What else did they show? Square Enix with their bullshit of we got a new Final Fantasy. They didn't show shit. Honestly, give me what I want. I've been waiting for 7 years since the PS3 was announced. Where the fuck is Versus 13? Like, really, like, what the fuck? Square Enix, they've made good games. I'm still waiting on Kingdom Hearts 3. Give me that. Like, stop fucking around with the Final Fantasy. Give it a break for a little while. Give me Versus 13. Give me Kingdom Hearts 3, and then we can talk about other fucking games. But and the trailer that they showed for that Final Fantasy, that's an old trailer. I really don't know why Sony wasted time on having them there and showing that crap. Capcom, on the other hand, that trailer that they showed for that, hold on, I'm gonna look for it right now, because that game looked ridiculous last night. What's it called? Deep Down. That just looked amazing. It was like a knight fighting dragons. And at one point, I was watching the trailer. I'm like, this is not like, there's no way the graphics look that good. But they claim that it's a new IP, but that game looks freaking amazing. Who else was there? Oh, the big announcement last night when Blizzard announced that they're going to be bringing Diablo 3 to not just the PS4 but the PS3. Took me by surprise because I've played not really a MMO, an RPG guy, strategy, turn-based, whatever you call those games. But I have played it. It's a pretty good game. I can see having a user base, on the PlayStation. But I know this definitely sparked up some, debate and some hate with all the PC gamers who are complaining about how now, Blizzard is so solely supposed to be making games for the PC. But it was a big announcement. And then Activision came out. When they came out, I was like, Call of Duty Next Gen. Call of Duty Next Gen. And they didn't. They came out with Bungie, which was good, just as good, with their new game Destiny, saying it was going to be released for PS4 and PS3, all current gen consoles, and how it's going to have exclusive content for the PlayStation, which I was just I started laughing because Bungie at one point was working with Microsoft under an exclusive deal. But it was good to see. You go on the forums reading all these haters, Bungie's a traitor and stuff. Bungie, now that they're working multi-platform, it's not their fault. They're seeking to make more money, similar to how Insomniac was working with Sony alone, and now they're making games. Their new game Fuse, which is multi-platforms. Yeah, it stings a little, I guess, for all the, if you've been buying their games for a long time, on your console, and now they're making for other games. But you got to look at it this way. They're trying to make money, and they want their name to be, spread out, be heard everywhere. They want people to buy their game and experience their games on all consoles. But what else? And Watch Dogs, they showed a new demo. That game is that game just looks ridiculous. Like, I don't know. I was reading online, GTA is, there's something about it. But that game, incredible. They said it's gonna be announced for PlayStation 4, so definitely gonna get my hands on that when it releases. But some of the weird points of the conference last night, Media Molecule, the creators of Little Big Planet, they came out, and I was expecting, alright, Little Big Planet 3 or something completely new. And then they showed the Move, and I was like, oh god, like why? Why waste time talking about the Move? They didn't announce a game. They were just announcing, some weird project where they take the Move and, talking shit about, believe in your dreams, make your dreams reality, sculpting shit with the Move. I put my head down at that point. I'm like, oh god. But luckily it was over in about 5 minutes, so not too bad. And then freaking having a guitar, I was just like, no. But anyway, then they announced the developers, the third party developers, all the people who would be eventually making games for the PlayStation 4. Quite an extensive list, so it's definitely, Sony definitely brought their A game. And honestly, I really want to see what the console looks like. But as of yesterday, with all the features that they're going to be bringing to the PlayStation 4, the evolution of PlayStation, you got one customer right here. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, comments, put it on the the comment bar below. Till the next. Hopefully we don't have to wait till E3 to learn more about the PlayStation, but definitely Sony brought their stuff, and let's see what Microsoft has to say. And the next generation is coming soon, very soon. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Peace out, guys. I'll see you guys later.